Hey guys, it's me Subin Aesthetic. Today, I'll be looking at some unpopular K-pop opinions that you guys sent in from my last video that is now private. I did not put every opinion in this video, but I hope you know that I thoroughly enjoyed reading all of your comments. Also, I asked that you disclose whether you want your identity to be told with your opinion. For those who didn't answer, I just won't say who you are for the sake of privacy. Anyway, let's get on to the video. The first unpopular opinion here is I don't think EGIO is cringe. I partially agree with this opinion, but for me it more just depends on who is doing it. If an idol looks visibly uncomfortable or just doesn't act cute on camera a lot, I find it really cringe. But when it's a pop idol who acts cute on the usual, I don't really cringe all that much. I could be wrong, but I feel like people like GOT7 more for the members rather than their music, with a few exceptions. I feel like their releases are pretty dry and I hear very little praise for them outside of their own music video comment sections. Music-wise, still I know they chart alright, so I don't know what to think. No hate, I just don't understand their popularity. I agree with this opinion. I love some of GOT7's music and I don't think their music is bad, but it's definitely not one of the groups that come up into discussion when you're talking about music, which isn't totally a bad thing. To answer your question about why they are doing so well, I think you answered for yourself in your own opinion. It's because maybe their music might not always be the best thing that they have ever produced, but they've grown a fan base that love the members for their personalities, whether their songs fall flat or not. A huge part of growing in any industry is branding yourself. People love talent, but they also like a good image, and I think it's great how groups like GOT7 have great personalities to go on with their music, whether you like their next comeback or not. I think them being known for the members is great as long as credit is given to their musical abilities as well. But I think that when people really dig into the members, eventually they will start to see the members for their individual talents in music as well. The next opinion is Momo from Twice is a rapper. I am not hating Momo, I just do not think she's the best at singing and she has the perfect voice to rap. If JYP let her rap in Twice's songs, she would be able to show way more of her abilities. At this point I'm gonna have to agree. It's highly unlikely JYP will ever give us a song that isn't in Momo's comfortable singing range, so they might as well let her rap so she can be in her comfortable voice. It's sad because Twice, especially Momo, get a lot of hate from people saying she can't sing, but she can. We've seen it before in 16. She can even rap too with the proper training. But I don't know how JYP can expect someone to sound amazing singing in a voice that really isn't their natural one, so might as well let her rap. The next opinion is idols shouldn't be dating someone if they are just rookies. Let me explain. First of all, when you are signed to an agency, you are signed to make music. I'm saying that rookie idols shouldn't be dating someone before having a real place in the industry. My mother always tells me this when we get on the subject of the future: make sure you are comfortable before you try to comfort someone else. In other words, know what you alone are doing in your life before you try to progress a romantic relationship with any guys. I feel like this is a good thing to live by in the K-pop companies also. Rookie idols are just debuting. They need to make a name for themselves because that is legit their livelihoods. The only problem that I think everyone sees with the dating ban is that a lot of companies don't understand that it's not reasonable to ban idols who have been in the industry for years. A good example of a dating ban would be JYP's policy, where you can start dating after 3 years. A bad example of dating bans would be Cube, who kicked out Hyuna and Dawn for having a relationship, even thought Pentagon was riding the shine high and basically really solidifying their fanbase, and Hyuna was one of the most famous seniors in the industry. I'm all for putting some restrictions to dating for rookies like most people at this point, but the problem lies in how many companies keep the ban going well into a K-pop idol's career. When K-pop YouTubers make a video like the best dancers in the industry or something like that, they forget about second-gen idols are being forgotten about in the pop YouTube community, and I think it is sad cause a lot of them are real icons. I agree, I do think sometimes second-gen idols are disregarded in the best whatever in the industry convo, but I don't really see it in a negative light as long as K-pop YouTubers don't put down second-gen to raise up third and fourth. A lot of K-pop YouTubers joined K-pop from around 2018 to now and are still semi-new to K-pop. I mean, I've only been a fan since 2018. It's expected that most of us aren't going to talk about second-gen when it comes to who is the best at what because we just weren't there when they were at their peaks. For me personally, if I'm going to talk about a second-gen group, it would most likely be for a video on firsts in K-pop, since that's something you can never take away from a lot of second-gen groups. But other than that, you can't really expect a lot of these YouTubers to talk about them. The next unpopular opinions from the same person are: 1. I don't like Red Velvet's music. I really appreciate Red Velvet in the K-pop industry because they made a huge impact in it, but their music is just not for me. I've tried getting into them before, but I just don't like their music. I love them as people and they have some of the best vocals I've ever heard. 2. I like BTS old music. So many people have said that BTS old music is cringe and bad. And of course I like their music now better than the music then when they debuted. But it's honestly not that bad at all. I love No and No More Dream as a whole bop. I listen to their older albums on repeat and they're really my style. BTS music has been good since debut. 3. I think Mo7 was an amazing album. I actually love this album so much. I know people think it's too long and On is a bad song, but I genuinely enjoy this album so much. I enjoyed all of the songs, especially Friends and Moon, and I know BTS worked really hard on the album and it shows. People didn't like On, but I think On is an actual masterpiece, although I do think Black Swan should have been the title track. But all songs on the album were great and also the choreography was great, and Black Swan was one of my favorite choreographies from them. 4. TXT didn't really change their concept for the Dream chapter, Eternally. Many people when the album came out were saying they changed their concept to dark and they shouldn't have changed it because they had a good cute concept, but they didn't really change it. They were just continuing on the storyline and the lyrics with the songs went along with it, but obviously it wouldn't stay the same and be all happy like Blue Hour or Cat and Dog, because it was getting dark in the storyline. It's just annoying me how people seem really ignorant and just seem to think that TXT changed concepts because they wanted to get with the trend, when really it was based on the storyline. 5. I don't know how I feel about the BTS Butter announcement. I don't know, just the name Butter and a song about butter sounds kinda weird to me. I know BTS will make it great and will probably surprise me with the song, but it's kind of a questionable title, so when I found out that's what they were coming out with the song, I was kinda questioning how they were going to make a song about butter, but it's BTS so they will make it work. Here are my opinions on what this person said. 1. That's totally okay if you don't like their music. You are totally entitled to that, and also the fact that you said it so respectfully is just great. 2. I honestly can't choose which quote-unquote BTS I like better. I personally don't think it matters because the great thing about BTS discography is that they mesh together. There are both good and bad songs in old and new BTS, but the amount of good songs from both eras definitely overpowers the quote-unquote bad songs. 3. Mo7 in my eyes is a solid 5 out of 10. I know that sounds pretty harsh, but from all of their other albums, Mo7 in my opinion doesn't really enter my top 5 music-wise. On is a good title track for when you are feeling down and want to feel empowered, and I'm sure it would be so cool to see it live. But it's not one of my favorite title tracks from them. I love Black Swan and I definitely think that it was a great way to get people excited for Mo7, but for some reason I can't see it being a title track. While I do like it more than On, I think switching on to a pre-release and Black Swan to the title track would have threw me off. Anyway, my top 3 favorite songs on the album were My Time, Black Swan, and Filter. 4. I agree with the part where you said TXT didn't change their concept for the trend of it. TXT don't necessarily follow the trend when it comes to title tracks with the exception of Blue Hour. Either way, Can't You See Me was nothing like the trend at the time. Yes, it was a darker concept, but like you said, it had hints of TXT and you could still tell it's from them. That's what I like about TXT, even if the concept and song change, you'll always know it's them. 5. To be honest, I don't worry at all. At this point, we shouldn't be worrying too much about BTS. They've totally solidified themselves in not just the K-pop industry, but the Western music market as well. Even if Butter isn't everything people build it up to be, things will be alright because BTS can turn the weirdest things into songs. May I remind you, they literally have a song about the loneliest whale in the world? Genie in a Bottle says, 1. K-pop stans fetishize gay relationships way too much. I get that they want representation of the LGBTQ+ community, but the idea of pushing a certain sexuality onto an idol leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Also, I hate the bad stereotype that the least masculine or most affectionate one is labeled as gay and vice versa. 2. Soyeon, of G Idol, is becoming the new punching bag of K-pop. 3. On was way better than Dynamite. My response to Genie in a Bottle is, 1. I agree. I honestly wonder if some of these fans understand how unfair they are being to idols when it comes to sexuality. You don't know these people or their eternal thoughts, so what gives you the right to say that someone is gay, straight, bi and etc.? A lot of these idols have their reasons for keeping their sexuality a secret from people, whether it be they aren't comfortable or they just don't feel the need to share that personal part of their life with the world. Stans need to start taking the hint to leave K-pop idols' sexuality, sex life, and relationships out of their mouths. Imagine if someone did the same to you. Would you feel comfortable? No, I don't think you would. 2. As of right now, Idol is in such a rocky place when it comes to public opinion. Not only has Soyeon been in her own fair share of controversies, but right now one of the members is literally taking a break from the group because of a bullying scandal. I think that this is just a really rocky road for Idol right now, and they will eventually get out of it. I don't see Soyeon becoming the punching bag, but that could be just wishful thinking, because K-pop fans' opinions change on idols like that. 3. I feel like a huge reason why On didn't do as amazing as Dynamite is because Dynamite got to play more often because it was in English, and 2. Dynamite was commercialized better than On ever had the chance to be. In my opinion, On is better because it's written and has BTS incorporated into the process, but commercialization is everything. My last unpopular opinion from you guys is, people are way too judgmental of the 4th gen. I agree with this one so much to the point where I've made a whole video on it. There is nothing wrong with having expectations because without, we would just allow content that we enjoy to be half-assed pieces of work. But why do people hold 4th gen to such high regards like they've been around for 7 years in the industry? Maybe it's because people expect 4th gen to be perfect already? It's just really odd and frustrating to watch people compare groups that have been around for at most 3 years to make themselves feel better about their faves who have been around for 5+ years. Embarrassing love. Thank you guys for sending in your opinions and for watching my video. You don't know how much it means to me that you actually took the time to write so many. I will be making another one of these, so even if you weren't in this one, you could be in the next one. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe if you want to, and follow my Instagram where I give updates on videos and other K-pop content. Be safe, wear your masks, and as always, stay sunny.